What's up, fellas? We're back again with another episode 3. We got a special guest here today. Let him introduce himself.
My name's Will. Been Tyler's friend for forever.
Brick.
Long time. So yeah.
Yeah. Back Brady's back.
Brady, per usual.
We don't really have a certain topic like we did last episode. We were just gonna kind of wing it,
Yeah.
I guess, and just talk. Hear a little insight from Will, maybe. See what he's got to say about some topics. Let's get it started. I'll let Braden start us off.
I'm letting Tyler start.
So what about predestination?
We're not talking about
I'm just kidding. Tell us a little about how you came to God. It's a good way to start it.
I've really been, pretty much all my life, I've been connected with God. Family really pushed that on me ever since I was a little kid, and it just kind of stuck always.
That's a good. Hey, no testimony's boring.
I'm right there with him.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah.
Um,
So, are you in college right now?
Yeah.
What's your major?
Mechatronics.
Mechatronics. Cause
Yeah.
what is it?
It's kind of where I learned how to build, design, and repair like robots, kind of.
So what do you want to be? You know.
I don't know. Just kind of thought it was a pretty cool major and decided to do it.
They make some bread too.
Figure it out along the way.
Yeah,
Internships and stuff to get you there.
that's right.
Isn't it a 2-year major, right?
2.5 years.
Like
Yeah.
2.5.
But I think I'm gonna go for 4. Like after I go to this school, I think I'm gonna go back for another 2 years.
At a bigger school.
Yeah.
Where are you gonna come? AU's always open.
Whatever school probably gives me the most money in scholarships.
I feel that.
True.
That's valid. That's valid.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, Clemson's my dream school, but
Right. Sorry.
Yeah.
What was I gonna ask?
It's really hard going to this point.
It is kind of hard doing this. I'm
Alright, we'll
glad.
go a little bit awful religion for a minute.
Okay.
Alright, so March Madness.
who y'all got winning?
We just I'm gonna put it out there. The reason he pointed is because we got
Yeah, we do have
a multi-view right behind.
So
So if you ever see anyone like make a face or something like I did a minute ago, it was because I was watching the Vandy game. Kind of
Yeah,
insane.
it's
I'm
right.
multitasking.
it's right there. I have St. Mary's winning this game on the list. I mean,
I have Vanderbilt.
I got it. I don't know. I think I have Vandy.
yeah, but we're going down the line. Who do we have winning?
I got Duke. I got Duke and Florida. I got
Duke
2
and Florida.
brackets.
I've got one.
I got Duke.
You got Duke. I got St. John's.
That's a tweak.
Alright, they think I'm tweaking, but
I got Vandy East winning it all.
I do.
McNeese ruled
I-
my bracket.
I do legit have Creighton in my Final Four. That's real.
Creighton been balling. They balled first game.
They did beat Louisville.
Yeah. I love March Madness. I love some basketball, so it's been fun.
Yeah.
March Madness is my favorite time.
I typically don't watch basketball until March Madness.
Same.
I
walked in.
I try to watch a few months, about 1 to 1.5 months before, just kind of get some
Insight.
previews.
Yeah. I've gone to a couple of Clemson games, like at the beginning of the season.
I thought Clemson was going to go far. They surprised me. They had a good ball team this year. They just couldn't handle the pressure.
No, the second half. So we played a great second half.
Yeah, we just couldn't get.
The first half we scored 13 points.
I mean, yeah.
You're not going to win a basketball game scoring 13 points in the first half.
You not.
Yeah.
We came close though.
AU got a pretty good basketball team.
Huh?
AU has a pretty good basketball
We
team.
do.
Apparently.
We get down. That's what the girls are better than the boys.
Yeah, they won the SAC this year.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Are you going to AU also?
Yeah.
Both of us, yeah.
Yeah.
Same majors.
Play football.
Except we have different focuses, but same majors overall.
Yeah, okay, you just kind of don't.
I was gonna say,
what's y'all's focus?
I'm Christian studies with a focus in youth ministry.
Christian studies with a focus on pastoral ministry.
So basically, what that means is Tyler
Senior pastor,
wants
and
to
you
talk
as a
every
junior.
Sunday.
Yeah, and you want to talk on
I
Wednesdays.
want to talk on Wednesdays.
You
Okay, well, you gotta go to the reasoning. Why do you want to be a pastor? Like a head pastor.
It's just where I felt called. I mean, ever since like I've really been getting into
Yeah.
doing stuff, I've always like enjoyed the preaching part of it and be able to help lead and teach people. So
Yeah.
that's kind of where I felt led. Now that could change. You never know.
Yeah.
Lord might call me somewhere else.
True.
Yeah.
So, what about you? Next question coming
I think I want to be youth minister because I've had two great youth leaders since I've
Yeah.
been in Prospect. Because we had Jay. Shout out Jay if he's watching. He left going into my sophomore year. He left, and then I had Brady. And Brady, they've been two really good mentors to me. And really good influences on my life. So, yeah. That's really. I suppose. So yeah. Tyler's been learning a little Hebrew.
I have a little bit Hebrew, a little bit Greek, learn how to speak a little bit. So
So
you know.
I'll go behind it.
All right. I think I might have something.
Has it been difficult trying to learn Hebrew and Greek?
Like, yeah. I mean,
I kind of figured it would be.
they're both real difficult. I would say Greek is just a slight touch easier because when you look at Greek, it's not as surprising because it's actually letters. Like, it's not
Hebrew is
together.
kind of like symbols.
Yeah, Hebrew is literally symbols with dots. So, it's to me, I think it's a little.
I'll show like a page.
We got Brady here. You got the Bible here,
Like that's Hebrew.
and then flip a little Greek. You gotta just go to the end of the Bible, basically.
And that's Greek. So Greek actually looks kind of feasible.
Because it's actually like
And
letters.
this Bible is really big. That compared to Tyler's.
That's gonna be the thumbnail.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're all about to here in a while. We got a Revelation conference tonight with Dr.
Tom Schreiner.
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 He's like a leading
Did you know who's Dr. Crib's
mentor. Yep.
This guy's pretty smart.
He's the leading New Testament scholar.
Really?
Yeah.
Like in the world?
I mean that's what I heard. He's like a leading new.
That's crazy.
He's basically the #1 seed.
Bro, James said that like whenever like they first made it, they like anticipated like 100 people coming. You know how many people are signed up? Well, it's like over 200.
That's a brew.
200 people are signed up.
We all gonna stay in the church.
In the big sanctuary as well.
That's
The
good.
big sanctuary can fit a bunch of people.
I've been thinking about this recently. I don't know if you noticed this. We like if we start getting any more people coming to the second
I
service,
think they're a big, yeah.
we're gonna have to move.
Yeah, so at our church, like we have a first service, which is in like our main sanctuary.
The
and they-
contemporary, or no, the traditional.
The
service.
traditional service, so it's like you sing hymns. It's really for the old people. I don't like to
The
say that.
older folks,
The older folks.
old people.
And then we have a contemporary service, which is it's technically in our youth building, which is like it's supposed to be our youth building. That's what it was built for, but it's kind of been our contemporary building for like the past like 20 years. So it's a lot smaller, and we've been having a lot more people come to our church.
And we swallowed a church recently.
Yeah, we took in a whole church that
I don't know what the good
was-
word for it is. Not merged.
It's absorbed.
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 That's a good word. Yeah, the church was kind of, I wouldn't say dying. They
No.
They needed some guidance.
No, I guess they were dying. It was a bunch of college students,
So
but
they
typically,
ran- they-
so
they-
they just didn't have money.
They didn't have funding.
So basically, they died,
So
and
they
then
basically just all came to our church.
we ate them after that. So,
This past week, me and Tyler joined the welcome team,
hey,
where we started the welcome.
let's go. We didn't join. We started a welcome team
We were like the
basically.
first two. We're the interns. intern. Our church has an intern, and
We're like his interns.
we're like his
pretty
minions.
cool,
We're like
man.
his minions.
So
So yeah, that was pretty fun. I think
what's your favorite verse in the Bible? if you got one. So that's a hard question for some people.
If you don't got one.
Or either verse or book.
It's a pretty loaded question. I mean,
All right, well, we can start with this.
Alright.
I'll start. I don't know. My favorite verse, maybe like 1 Corinthians 10:18. It's talking about temptation and how I think I talked about it in the last episode. That's my favorite verse, or one of them. I have a bunch of favorite verses. And I think my favorite book. Shoot, that's hard. Probably Acts. Acts, too. Yeah. Acts or Romans.
Romans is it's up there. My favorite verse always has been is Mark 15:39. It reads.
You don't have it memorized? You have it memorized?
I do. That's why I said it reads.
Oh, I thought you were.
Oh no. The Roman centurion looked up and saw the way that he had breathed his last and exclaimed, "He truly was the Son of God."
Explain that.
It's got a deep, one of the first reasons that it has such a deep impact to me is that it was the first verse I ever used when I first started street preaching at pickleball courts. It was actually the verse that I used to street preach. So that obviously it has a little impact there because it's basically the first thing I ever preached with. And then the other significance of it is when you look at it, it's talking about the guy that was standing right underneath Jesus right as he died, like about to take him off, the Roman guard, if you didn't know what centurion means. And he's looking up after Jesus just died, that as the different actions that happened, like the veil was torn and all that, the earth shook. He is basically looking up and exclaiming that he really was God's son. He was God. And the Romans were his biggest enemies. So it's basically like if you were to kill somebody, because they just killed him. So let's think of your worst enemy, that guy that you're just, I can't stand him. Let me at him. And you just get at him, and you just kill him right there, chop his head off. But then they're like, okay, you got to come and speak at his funeral, and then you got to be you got to say something good about him, and you go to his funeral, and this is just a fraction of it. Just even saying he was a good guy, how hard would that be? But then he's doing it times 100, saying he was the Son of God. I mean, he's the only perfect man to ever live. He fulfilled all the prophecies, and he's saying that. I mean, that's you saying your enemy after you killed him was a good man times 1,000, and that to me is just so powerful. So that would definitely be. And then if I had to go to a book, I don't even know any words, so that's not for me. They.
UPS is pulling up right now.
I would say, I love the Gospels just because you get to follow Jesus' life. Anything Paul wrote, great. I would have to go. I don't want to copy here, but Romans is it's Romans. So, or Proverbs. Proverbs is good. So,
yeah. So my favorite thing in the Bible is Proverbs 11:2. It's when arrogance comes, disgrace follows, but with humility comes wisdom. And it's just telling me to always be humble and just yeah.
Yeah.
And then Proverbs is just my favorite book. Slow it down.
They don't even really knock it. I just watched him take the box and just throw it. He didn't knock. He didn't do anything.
Yeah.
I hope it wasn't fragile. That's all I could say.
Yeah, that's a good verse.
Let's see what else I got. See if I have anything. Did you get my? I'll bring it back. Y'all can chat.
Yeah, so I don't really. We kind of just met today, so we don't have much to talk about yet. But yeah, I can't stand McNeese's manager.
You don't like him?
I don't know. I mean, he's cool, but he's kind of getting a little obnoxious to where he's on everything.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, you better read off some.
I was gonna read the verse I wrote, Mark
Alright.
15:39. I was gonna read it in Greek,
Alright, and then I'll read Genesis 1:1 in Hebrew.
So, it says, nah, this may not be perfect, I'm just learning, keep that in mind, but we're going to try it. Ho aroho, deho centurion, ho paratiasami, ek anatolios, autos, hoti hoatoios, ek kampeneo, lego, alethos, hotoios, ho anthropos, hoes, dios, iami. That would be Mark 15:39.
That's solid.
So,
I'm more of a Hebrew guy myself. So this is Genesis 1:1. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. All that. Resit bara Elohim et Samayim et Eretz.
mic drop.
Over there.
He reads,
Yeah.
he reads a lot better than I do because he can roll his tongue. That's one of the reasons I don't read the Hebrew as much. It's just because like
Can't learn from.
that's why I'm not as good at Spanish as I wish I was because I can say the words, I just can't.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's
Can
crazy.
you roll your tongue?
No.
Oh, really?
Really?
Um,
Why didn't you roll your tongue?
Come on, Tyler. It's crazy how much like modern Hebrew and ancient Hebrew are like completely different.
Our pastor, I know we've talked about him, Dr. Cribb. He actually went to a place, I don't really know where he went, somewhere where they speak Hebrew today, and he tried to like understand it and like speak to him because you know he's like one of the leading scholars in ancient Hebrew.
Did Daniel tell you that?
Yeah, well, no, I heard it from him. I asked him about it, and he said that like he couldn't understand barely anything. It was basically like if we learned like old English and tried to come and like you're like
Hear ye.
here, yeah, that's basically that's what it sounds like to them. So I thought it's pretty funny,
Yeah.
but
Where art thou?
one thing that me and him were talking about this yesterday is we're doing the McShane plan.
It's a Bible reading.
So it's a 1 year plan where you read the Old Testament once, New Testament twice, and the Psalms twice, all in a year. And so we've been
I
doing
don't know
it.
if we'll read it twice. I kind of looked through it. I don't know if we go back through it. I think it might be in a year.
Maybe, I don't know. That's just what we were told, so
Yeah.
that's the only reason I say that. But
We're like on day 26. Today was like day 26.
yeah. So we've been doing Genesis, and we were talking about this. This has happened like 3 or
Bro,
4 times
People
where
like,
they'll have they'll have their wife and they'll be going into a new town and they're like, "Is that your wife?" I'm like, "No, that's my sister."
that,
And then
they're
they'll,
scared.
because they're scared that because their wife's so beautiful that they'll just like kill them to have her. So they all like this is like the 3rd or 4th time this happened in this
Yeah,
26
it's literally-
chapters.
Yeah, it's happened so many times. And, it's
And then
like,
also Abraham turned from Abram to Abraham.
yeah, you really gotta like pay attention to Genesis if you want it to make sense.
Yeah,
You know what else doesn't make sense? Esther. Esther, like you get nothing out of Esther. Esther
I have
it's fun fact I do it last night, but Esther doesn't mention God one time, like explicitly.
I don't even understand what it is. Like I don't understand what I'm reading.
Apparently, there's supposed to be some kind of hidden message that you can find. Not like you gotta look. You
It's
gotta look,
encrypted.
you gotta look deep. You gotta look deep into it to find something.
We need to ask Dr. Cribb about it. Well, I guess it is Old Testament, so I mean he
I
probably
mean, he
would
probably
know.
doesn't know. Yeah, but Tyler didn't like reading. What was it? Malachi? Or no, it was what was the first? Ezra.
Get
was
just
just-
get
it's
me
just-
out of here with Ezra, bro. Ezra and Nehemiah. Come on.
No, they were interesting. It was just some days were just straight genealogies.
Yes,
Just read
I mean,
off family
and these aren't like normal genealogy. We're talking like 60 verses of just a genealogy. Like it'd be like, what it would be talking about is like
It's talking about how many people are coming from where they were at to Jerusalem.
they're coming out of exile, and so it's like, well then it's gonna talk about how many people. So it'd be like, of this one family, 200 people, and then I'm like, and it's like for 60 verses, and you're like, come on.
This one, all right. So in chapter 2, it's 70 verses. It's straight up just lists for 70 verses. And it's literally just like
And it's not even really a genealogy.
it kind of just
It's just telling you how many people went
it's
there.
basically showing how much the Jews like they used to like keep genealogy down to like
We had
for like
our Sunday we have a Sunday night service,
Yeah.
and our last week's Sunday night service was led by our resident Josh, and that's what he talked about. Yeah, shout out Josh. But he talked about the importance of genealogies and how you should just skip them.
Skip them.
Yeah, I absolutely have to right now. I'll just play with you.
Yeah. Skip them.
If you have any, I just want to put this out there. If y'all are watching and you have any thing that you would like to hear us talk about, please comment because we need ideas. We need direction. So if you have anything at all, just kind of let us know.
I'm mad. Memphis just lost.
Really?
Yeah.
To who?
Colorado State.
Are we serious?
Hold up. Why did you have to do all that just to get your
Because
phone?
my pockets are tight.
I don't know if I have much more to say. Really.
Memphis to Colorado State.
Do you have anything?
God, dude, my pocket sucks.
Do you have anything? Final remarks or final
My dad is
questions?
still in first. That's embarrassing.
I don't know, like, I'm trying to think. I don't know.
That's actually so bad.
Yeah, this is probably kind of a shorter episode, maybe. It's probably about average.
It's probably about average, I think, because we was yapping.
Yeah, there was a lot of dead moments, but that's just gonna happen. It's alright.
It's only the third episode. So.
Yeah, but yeah, thanks for watching, guys.
Like and subscribe.
Any final remarks from you?
Hopefully I'm back.
Eventually.
We'll get it.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, please comment ideas.
I don't care. Like,
it could literally be anything.
literally anything that you guys want to hear about.
It could even if it's just like a simple question, just like the gospel. Like you just want to hear the gospel explained. Like we'll do.
We'll literally tell. Like, I don't care if there's 100 comments. We'll get around to every single one of them.
What he said.
Eventually. It might take a while, but we'll get around to them all. So
But
thanks for watching, guys.
thanks for watching.
Leave a comment. I'm counting on you guys.
All right, we'll see y'all fellas next time.
All right.